Just want to let you lot know that if you're watching this clip on the Fozcast YouTube channel, the full episode is now available to watch exclusively on Spotify, and it's free. Come on.
And what about Declan Rice?
He's top. Honestly, I can't speak highly enough of him because what is he, 23?
Yeah, 24, I think. Yeah,
23, 24. Yeah. He's carried West Ham, really, isn't he?
Yeah, he has to be fair.
At least for 2 years. Yeah. He's one of the first names on the team sheet for England now. Yeah. And the way he just carries himself and he gets on with it. There's not many, let's say he does leave West Ham, he'll leave West Ham as a legend. And there's not many players that could leave a club at 24 when you're just about to almost get into the peak of your years. And the club and the fans respect you
wish
that
you
much.
well.
Yeah, wish him
Do you know
well.
what? 'Cause I think he's done it the right way.
Yeah.
I think if he could have last couple of years especially, he could have kicked off in the summertime. He could have kicked off at whenever and caused a fuss. Do you know what I mean? But he's gone. No, do you know what? It's cool. I love this club. It's in my blood anyway. Yeah. But we'll do it properly. And I think everybody has appreciated that. Yeah. So I think they've announced, didn't they?
David Sullivan did today.
That he will be leaving in the summer. But whoever he goes to, whether it is an Arsenal or Real Madrid, it could be. He could take his pick. To be fair, couldn't he? He could literally take his pick, couldn't he?
They had what David Sullivan said. He said they had a gentleman's agreement that he could go.
Yeah.
So he's gone. But like you were saying with Mark Noble, Mark's clearly played a big part of that under the tutelage of, because we did a podcast with Mark and it just came across so.
Basically, he's like his dad. You know?
And also, but the pride he takes in the club and the standards he sets at the club, the stories about him sweeping up the away changing rooms and stuff, and you can see that he just transcends that throughout the club, doesn't he?
Yeah,
and you can see that Declan's learned directly from him. Which is
what is it
great.
about Declan Rice on a pitch that you as a midfielder yourself could look at and go, wow.
I actually think he can get even better and do more. He has a specific role at West Ham, which he does unbelievable. Probably him and Casemiro, probably the best at it in the league.
Yeah.
But I think he can add so much more to his game. When I was there and training with him, he was the best finisher.
That's
left
ridiculous.
foot, right foot.
That's ridiculous.
One of them weird, I call them modern day footballers.
Yeah.
Physically, he's a monster.
Yeah. Engine as
well. Just don't get tired.
Yeah.
Just can run and run and run. He's strong. He can beat a player. He can ping a ball with his left foot, right foot. So he can do everything. I would like to see him more of a box to box now. Because he can do that.
Well, he's got that in the bag all day.
Yeah,
long.
he can do that
all day.
easy.
Like I say, I agree with you. I think he's been playing a more defensive role with West Ham because it's West Ham. That's the way you got to do. You can't go marauding everywhere. But I think if he joins one of these big boys, we could see a proper player.
Yeah.
Right, come on then, manager talk.
England. So so you played under Capello.
Was Capello your first England manager? Was he?
Yeah.
Wow. Baptism fire.
Who was your
there.
first?
I'm not talking. I don't talk about Capello anyway. I didn't enjoy Capello, right?
I've seen it.
It's the way that
before.
it goes.
You have spoken about him before.
Yeah, I have.
Multiple times.
Who was your first then?
My first ever England manager, Sven Goran Eriksson, pulled me into the team, and then it was
Steve McLaren gave you a debut, didn't he?
I was going to say Brian McClare then. Steve McLaren, Capello, and then Roy Hodgson. Roy Hodgson, obviously, we was out in Brazil with.
Was Roy your last?
Roy was my last, yeah.
So when did you stop playing England?
Pretty much just after that, really. Pretty much after that. When Capello was manager, I had
you started and stopped, didn't you? You started
and
stopped, didn't you?
Yeah. But it was fair enough anyway, because he had a lot of good English goalies coming through, young English goalies coming through. So I was buzzing with that anyway. And I don't know what you were like. Sometimes the international breaks for me were just a little bit long.
I know what you mean.
A little bit long. Yeah.
Well, you know what? It was all right for Southern boys, if I'm honest. We were broke,
it was, wasn't it? Yeah, it was. Yeah, you're around the corner.
Yeah,
weren't you?
I was literally around the corner.
Yeah, some of the northern lads, Manchester, any Newcastle, Liverpool, like that.
Yeah, it's
a long way away, and you're away for 2 weeks at a time and stuff, and it can get a bit monotonous.
The thing is, as well, it depends when it is in the season as well, because you think we've got like September is usually a break, isn't it? And you think that's a time where the players that aren't going will get a few days rest, and you're going away. And we had a golf day recently with an England player, and the season had finished the day before. They've got a game on the 16th of June.
Yeah, that would be weird for me. Because I would struggle with that.
Yeah.
I don't think I ever experienced that. I might have had like a few days off and then went away, but imagine having 2-3
and then going
weeks
and
off.
starting again.
Some of them like going to Vegas and that, and then you got to go and train again.
Smashed out of the bed for 2 weeks, and then they've got to go and do a bit. And that. Quickly, just want to talk about that Brazil World Cup then. How many games did you play in that? Did you play in all of them?
No. I came on...
So it was Italy first?
I came in the first two and then started the last one.
Yeah, Italy first, then Uruguay, obviously lost the first 2 games, and then third one, Costa Rica.
You played that one?
Yeah, I played in that one as well with you, yeah.
It's a weird game, that, wasn't it?
Weird game, mate.
Do you remember...
They won our league, by the way, Costa Rica did.
Yeah, I know. Do you remember Italy, Gary Lewin?
Oh, that's his ankle one, wasn't it? That's the ankle one. Do you remember this?
Gary came on the podcast.
Mate, I was pissing myself at the time.
He said he looked up at Frank Lampard and his face was
I remember Lamps. He was like
white.
Whoa.
We all jumped up, didn't we?
Yeah.
There was that little bit
grate.
Off the edge,
it was a little bit of a grate and he got his studs caught in there. But I was pissing myself again, you silly twat, get up. What are you doing? Mate, his ankle was all over the shop,
wasn't it?
He's here this week, isn't he?
Yeah, he's here this week. Good old Gazlo. Good old
You
Gazlo.
need to do another injury podcast.
Yeah,
I don't really remember much. I remember the hotel.
We changed though, didn't we? Every time we played a game, we'd move to a different city in Brazil. So
we'd always come back to the hotel.
Yeah, we were based in on the Copacabana beach in Rio.
Yeah.
And that was the base hotel. And it was all right.
It was all right, but if you looked out the front, if you looked out the back,
exactly. Yeah, I do. It was a bit. Yeah.
And did you get on well with Roy?
I did. I got on really well with Roy, and because Gary Neville was with him, wasn't he?
Yeah,
I got on really well with Gary
yeah.
Neville. Like, I don't know if you remember, you might have. Just after that, we changed the shape to like a 4 diamond 2, and he wanted me to play as a holder.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
So I played there a few times. I really enjoyed it, and he helped me, Gary Neville. So I did like Roy, yeah.
I'm gonna put it out there, right? When I was sort of in the England squad with you, 2014, I could have never seen you doing this. Coach at Arsenal under 18s, but by all accounts, you are absolutely smashing it. How's it going?
Yeah, you know what, mate? It's going well, and funny you said that because I didn't really see myself doing. I did my badges, and to be honest with you, I didn't really enjoy it when I done my badges. My first one, anyway, the first 2 C and UEFA B.
How long do them badges take to do, by the way? Because I haven't done any of them.
Yeah, we get fast tracked, but it still takes some time. Like the A takes a year, takes a season. The B, it took a year, but I dragged it out a little bit. It's probably about 4 months.
Yeah,
and I didn't really see myself doing it. And you know, I've said this before, and like it's probably some people won't believe me, but when I went back, so I left West Ham in 2020, maybe 21, and I was at a club for 6 months, and I went back to Arsenal just to train. It was COVID, it was mad, you couldn't get in anywhere. Went back to train with the 23s, coached a little bit with the 18s. That's when I was doing my A, and then trained with the first team in the end as well. And like I saw Mikel coaching the way his coaching staff were talking to the players and the way they were doing sessions, and it actually inspired me. And I thought, you know what, like, I could do this. I fancy this. And I finished my A, and then I had a few options to carry on playing. But I just thought it was such a good chance to get back to, you know, my club, be around Mikel, be around Per Mertesacker, who's like essentially my boss, and just learn it from there. And even when I made that first step, like when I went there first few days this season, I wasn't convinced it was for me. And the more I done it, the more I got into it, and now I love it. I love it on the grass. I love the coaching. I love like trying to work out how to beat an opposition, and yeah, I'm really enjoying it.
What was it with that Mikel Arteta thing you said there? The way that he spoke to the players, the way that he spoke with his coaching staff and what they did. What was it? Because you played under some monster managers.
Yeah,
do you know
but
what I mean?
Different. It was different, Fozzie. Like so obviously I played under Arsene for the majority of my career, and I experienced a little bit different with Eddie Howe. I really enjoyed the way he coached, but Arsene was like he did coach, but it wasn't like stopping a session. Do you know what I mean? It was you play and then he'll talk to you a little bit after. But like Mikel was different. Like the way he spoke to the players, the way he stopped session, the way he demanded like high standards, and you know, like even though I was only there for 4 months and I wasn't really part of the team, I was just keeping fit. He made me feel like I was part of it, and like I don't know, it was just a special way that he the way he works, and I could see as well what he's doing. And this is why when people say to me, "Oh, this season, you know, you should have won it. Arsenal should have won it. You lost it. You bottled it, whatever." But I don't see it like that, because I can see the work that's being done in the club, and like the plan was never to win the league this year.
Yeah.
Of course, when you're in there and you're fighting for it, it does feel like we lost it, but it feels like they're just building, and I was really wanting to be part of that.
Thanks everybody for watching. We hope you enjoyed this clip of the Fozcast. If you would like to watch the full episode, it is now available exclusively on Spotify for free.